Greetings and salutations. This is Pandora the Eclectic, also known as Pandora the Eclectic 1 on SoundCloud, and today we're going to be looking at yet another Guardian YouTubing. Yes, this is where you find it, folks. Here's the link and everything, and like you see, not very well received by the majority of the people who watch it. Yeah. And for one, and as you see, the question is, are you racist? No, isn't a good enough answer by our dear Marlon fucking James. Oh God, let the pain begin, shall we?
So I have a question for you. Are you
Yes,
not
Marlon?
or are you anti? Several months ago, in response to Ferguson's bulletin board things on pretty great and Tammy Rise.
Anti? Well, let's just put it this way. Anti a woman? Don't answer that question. Or else I'll call down my feminist flaw, damn it. Yeah. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, so what about that? Yeah, this whole thing, like, those two murders that were probably completely justified, I think. Pretty sure Freddie Gray, accident. Big fucking fat man who has asthma. Of course he was gonna have that happen to him. I mean, no, I'm thinking of someone else, but you get my point. Tamir Rice, oh yeah, so we should let some abusive asshole try to hurt his wife just because, oh, he's black, we can't hurt him. No, run away, run away. Yeah, so great, now you made the problem twofold. Not only is it racist, it's sexist. Couldn't limit yourself to one, could you? And Marlon James. But yeah.
My friend Ken put up a Facebook post breaking down the difference between non-racism and anti-racism.
Okay. Well, I'll be getting on that video some other time. But this one's a little bit more important, just to let y'all know.
Most of us are non-racist because racism is looked upon
Sorry.
as a moral lapse. We feel quite self-assured that I'm not a bigot. I don't sing that N-word with my favorite rap jam.
Well, here's the thing. You guys like to pick these things to be racist. One, apparently white people can't like rap or sing to it. Like in situations, wasn't that woman who said that something with an Oakland booty or something? By the way, that comes from the Mix-a-Lot song. That just proves you guys have very poor listening or hearing skills. And that is not for and memory skills. Oh god damn it, yeah, memory skills are the worst. But yeah. The fact that you also control their mind to the point where they can't even enjoy that because they know if they say that they're going to get hurt. Or someone's going to get mad at them and you said the N-word. Oh. Grow the fuck up. It's a word.
I didn't vote for that guy. I'm not burning it.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. All these things, guess what? The only true people who did it were, in this case, white supremacists or supremacists in general who think their race is better. Which, if you look at the definition of racist, that is one of the things that you can be in order to say that your race is better than others. Or different than you or of a different race, or even of your own, apparently. Yeah, so it's not limited. They're just different people. Just, different aspects. That's all.
Crossings, I'm not a skin. I don't.
Again, that is proof of him not being a racist. Oh, he can still say racist. One could say racist and sexist things. Yes. However, at the end of the day, it's the intent of what they said, what they meant by it. When I call someone a bitch here, I'm usually referring to someone being a whiny, self-centered little cunt. That is who I'm referring to. Someone who's just whining and moaning to the point where it just makes me want to scream. So whenever someone may use the N-word, they may not be meaning it towards you. They might be saying it towards somebody. It's different. Usage and all that stuff is very important.
I won't. I'm not. I've never. I can't. What you end up with is an entire moral snap. It's an entire code for living your life and dealing with all the injustice in the world. I'm not doing a damn thing. That's the great thing about none. You can pull it off by simply.
So, until I'm a part of your group, which I think is what you're referring to, I'm still racist, even though I have done none of the things that would actually be considered institutionalized racism. Just stuff that's probably, believe it or not, embedded into me. Yeah, I do not like you, Marlon James, because you're one of these black supremacists or Black Lives Matters boys. Why do I not like you? Because you're part of a group that's a hate group. It does not matter which actions you hold, as far as I'm concerned. You're still doing horrible things. Now, I try to separate people from that. I try to give credit to maybe one or two groups that did it, but I still feel in some way, yes, that fucking hashtag ought and should be retired. Because apparently, it's too easy for these people to get into it. I mean, it's not like they're turning down help. They may not like it when people like me were considered total coon or a white person. Well, his daddy was a skinhead, so he must be too. Not necessarily. I mean, I see where it comes from, but for the most part, he may not. He may reject it completely. He may find that kind of lifestyle and attitude and thinking repulsive. So yeah, he may not be like his father, and he may not be racist like his father either. But, of course, you're taking the extreme ideals of which you think is racist, sexist, and you're only focusing on these little minute things because I have a feeling you don't really have much else to say. There is nothing else we can do. It's not going to get down to controlling people from and keeping them safe from wrong things. Basically 2 feet good, 4 feet good, 2 feet bad, 4 feet good, 2 feet bad. It's just a brainwash people into thinking something that isn't entirely true.
Only go bring your bed and go to sleep. So why are you sitting at home and watching things unfold on TV instead of doing something? Think about it.
Because, let's put it this way. This is not doing a single damn thing. This is what's causing the fucking dirty. until Black Lives Matters, or heck, any of these black supremacy groups that are trying to masquerade as groups trying to help black people. Stop it. Just stop it and walk the fuck away. You are doing no good for us anyways. That's 2. Destroying businesses that are owned by black people is wrong. You are not freeing them, you're not helping them, you're making their life worse. And guess what? You're only making me think the cops are actually the good guys for a change versus the rioters and the protesters. As you know, they're not protesters, they're just fucking rioters. No. A protest would be quiet and peaceful. Okay? Not violent, not toxic, and not harmful to other people. Do you understand?
Because you're a non-racist, not an anti-racist. Do this for me. Take the C out of racist and repeat. Is it with a P? I'm not a rapist. I'm not French. And a rapist. Any guy that rapist has alcohol.
Oh my god, this is just the worst. I get the analogy, but here's the thing. Again, you picked a crime that nobody, and I repeat again, has a hard time dictating when and how it's going to happen. Okay? Because the problem with the new form of racism that's coming in, and it's like, oh my god, it's everywhere. And you gotta point it all out, you gotta show to people. Like some fucking idiot. Okay? And then you gotta just sit there with a smug look on your face, like Neil Sarkeesian does, like that. And say, oh look, I'm better than all of you. No. Basically what people like to call a snake oil salesman. You like to sell us a bunch of lies that can get us in trouble. And ruin our lives. I mean, don't get me wrong, I guess some snake oil salesmen are helpful, but at the end of the day, they're still snake oil salesmen. Sorry. However, racist. They probably aren't. Why? Because here's the thing. If they were, they wouldn't want to talk to you. They would want to have nothing to do with you. It wouldn't be subtle, you moron. They wouldn't feel the need to be subtle. That's why this whole thing of, this almost like I would like to call imaginary racism, because it does happen. It's just saying it's invisible to the point where, okay, now a bottle cap is racist. Okay? That's how bad this whole fighting for black racism has begun. Okay? And rapism does not actually sound like it's actually about teaching people to rape. It's teaching people what a rapist would be. In other words, somebody who rapes, will see rape as a good thing. Hey. It sounds more like a slam to them, but anyways.
All of these things that you're not doing. Well, people are still getting raped, and black boys are being killed. It's not enough that you don't do these things.
Here's the thing. I have nothing against the whole idea of if you see it, point it out and tell somebody, anybody. I'm all for that. The problem is it's still probably most likely going to be my word against that word, as well as the woman. especially if there's not enough decent evidence. It's a rape. And then, okay, on top of that, with the whole racism thing, okay, and you're gonna bring up those boys who got shot by a cop. Well, here's the thing. If they're breaking the law and then acted the fucking fool, then they got shot because guess what? They kind of deserve to be fucking shot, idiot. Yes, I hate saying that, but yes. And yes, about the rape thing. Here's the thing. Ladies, stay out of bad neighborhoods. And namely the one that this guy may be in a way supporting, okay, until things are getting fixed and better taken care of and managed. They're not good neighborhoods for a reason. Okay? And you guys, well, yes, I think it sucks that economically, black people have not been doing well. But that is not white people's fault. It hasn't been our fault. Well, not our fault. It's not been their fault for 40 years. 40 fucking years, idiots. They don't go out of their way to do it anymore. If they did, you know what would happen now? They get fucking fired. They get kicked off. Well, trust me, it wouldn't be a racial thing either. No, they would have been taken care of like that. Most of the time, yes. And yes, it is partially because people won't say a single thing about it. But at the same time, I sincerely doubt that people are not going to do anything. That's horse hockey. I've known too many white people in my life that were actually good to me. Okay? For me to believe your horse shit. I'm sorry. And I understand people would say, oh, I'm going off of belief. But at the same time...
your diary.
Yeah, thank you. But at the same time, there's plenty of black people who know good white people. And you dragging the majority of people into the mud just because of their race is just completely unacceptable. Go back to preschool, please, Marlon.
You're going to bed with a clear conscience. It's not going to stop college students from getting assaulted. You thinking, Carmen? Change it.
Sorry about that, folks. At least you got some music in the background. And maybe Marlon's video would suck a little less. And, as you were saying about climate change. Well, let's put it this way. I think people are right. About 50% of this stuff is probably our fault, and 50% is just nature. There may be absolutely no way to stop it. I'm sorry to say this, we exist in nature, for Christ's sakes. We're affected by our environment. Not the environment is always affected by us. Okay? This as well.
It's terrible. It's not going to stop climate change. You're being so assured that you're not anti-black, anti-Muslim. Won't stop the next hate crime. And it's wonderful that you recognize how brave gay people are when facing persecution. But they are the ones who need to be brave.
Here's the thing. Those people are celebrating the pride thing. Probably only black people. We know a lot of times problems will not fix themselves if we don't actually go out of our way to fix it ourselves. But at the same time, doing what you guys are doing is doing nothing either. getting too active in everyone's face isn't going to fix the problem. It's only going to scare people away. Do you understand? You know. And then telling movements that, like Whole Lives Matter, that they're a bad movement because they don't really care about lives and whatnot. But, well, it's all lives matter, you idiot. It's including black, Hispanic, and white. Pretty much everybody under the sun. Okay? And it's just saying, you know what? Yeah, we don't like each other. We come from different parts of the world. We're different kinds of people. Naturally, we're gonna rub each other the wrong fucking way. Let's just try to work together to do the right thing instead of getting caught up in politics around subjects that we can do nothing about at the time, and vice versa. Okay? And by the way, I hate to make a slight towards your video. Your video is not going to do anything. All it's done is piss me off. And made other people feel more disgusted and having anything to do for, human beings in general. Can't really blame them. We already do. We put men who shoot teenage boys in jail. No. We don't support people who are racist. But here's the thing. You're bringing racism that's, you're also forgetting people who go around kissing up to your ass. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, but that's not racist, though. That's not racist. That's what white people are supposed to do. Ha! Yeah, fuck you.
What hurts one of us hurts all of us. And we need to stop thinking that injustice going on in the world is to an extent our fault. We need to stop being done and start being active.
Here's the thing. I can handle non. Non had nothing to do with it whatsoever. Not because, it fixes my problems. No, it's because, frankly, I'd rather go with somebody who just doesn't have anything to do with either side. Hey, that person would actually be the more rational one, you think? Anyways. This is Pandora the Eclectic telling you to keep it frosty, and Marlin and the Guardian to shut the fuck up, please.